Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
I'm looking to make extra income, to plan for retirement and pay down my debt. Do you have any suggestions?
You should try Phil's Gang.
Tell me more. What is Phil's Gang?
Phil's Gang is an investing education service where Phil Grandy teaches you and guides you to making profits in the stock market using stock charts and following the technicals. Phil's Gang is a service for all types of investors, from beginners to experts. For only $39.95 a month, you'll get access to Phil's Gang Live, webinar class, Phil's alerts, and a huge library of educational investing videos.
But my time is very limited. Can Phil still help me?
Absolutely. With Phil's Gang, they have special programs tailored for anyone. You can follow him on just 3 stocks, or they have a working investor program for folks who have limited time, and all Phil's Gang material is archived, so you never miss a beat. Plus, if you have any questions, Phil's Gang has exceptional customer service support to assist you. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com to sign up, or call them at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market, the Max Best 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Best is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang Show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders. And now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold it. If considering an information presented, we first recommend you seek a licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We've got this hugely positive correlation going on. When rates go up, the stock market's gone up. And I think that we're still in that mode. It reflects an attitude of the stock market that looks at rising yields less as a threat to the stock market that inflation is rising, more as evidence that the economy is getting better and we're moving farther away from deflation.
Now, this is what he said, this guy Paulson said last week when our Aunt B, the head of the Federal Reserve, which is not federal, it's no more federal than Federal Express, raised rates going into terrible, fundamental economic news. But she raised rates anyways. And this is what he said. Well, look what happened today. The market was down 200 points today. I mean, just shot right down 200 points. And what have I been saying? Since last week, when they started that rally, and I said to my gang members, I said, watch that yield. Because the yield on the 10-year Treasury is so reliable. Mr. Yield, as I call him, never lies to us. He always tells us the truth. And when they raised rates, going into all this bad economic news, and the stock market followed, and the yield, which is the interest rate you get on your bond, is also supposed to follow. It didn't. Instead, Mr. Yield said, I want nothing to do with this. Look at all this bad economic news. Are you nuts? Here we are, quarter one, 2017, 0.9% is our growth, not the 3.4% that was promised to us. Industrial production has declined over 24 months. It's never done that. You've never had a stretch of industrial production declining 24 months in a row unless you're in a recession. Hello, we're in a recession. Housing starts. We've hit a World War II low. Retail is crashing, worsening every day, especially the large department stores. And don't listen to the fake narrative. Oh, that's because of online. Everybody buys stuff online now. That's a bold-faced lie. 8.8% is e-commerce. Online's been around for years now. 8.8% is e-commerce, meaning 8.8% of the sales of these large department stores, these chain stores, these anchor stores like Macy's you see or Filene's, 8.8%. That's all their sales related to online. A total lie. She raised rates into inflation. Inflation's at 2.3%, which wiped out the wage gains between 2015 and 2017. And the trade deficit is a killer of jobs, and the trade deficit is now hitting new highs at $49 billion. And we have tremendous defaults in both auto, especially student loans. And when you start raising rates, that means everything is more expensive going into these kind of headwinds. What are you, nuts? But that's what she did last week, and that's when this educated nincompoop on CNBC made these stupid statements. But the yield, Mr. Yield said, no, I don't want any part of this. I'm going down. And Mr. Yield took the dollar with him, always takes the dollar. The yield goes down, dollar goes down, the yield goes up, the dollar goes up. And when the dollar goes down, gold went up, and we had a nice move in gold. We had another nice move in gold today. So what happened? What's going on? Why would this great 14% rally stop? Here's what I said today to Phil's gang members before the market corrected 200 points. You look at the S&P and you keep hearing, oh, there's no bubble. Yeah, right. There's a big bubble. And you can see right now we still have our lower high, which is a good sign because Mr. Market's saying, I need to see some movement within the next 2 weeks here. At the most, I will give back the 14% gain if I don't. So within the next week or two, if we don't see a bill pass, or the Obamacare pass, or Trump care pass, and they're starting to get a leg up on the tax cuts, you're going to see them take back this 14% rally they had. Right. So what happened today? The president goes over and meets with the Republicans and says, look, I need your help. I can't afford to lose even 20 votes with this bill, with the new health care bill. I can't. And if you guys want to keep your seats in 2018, then you better pass this bill, or you're going to lose your seat. We're going to lose the House. You guys better get together on this and pass this bill. And when he walked out after his meeting, after he gave those words, the stock market dropped 200 points real fast. Just dropped 200 points. Why? What happened? Mr. Yield got nervous again. Mr. Yield says, I'm going back down. And when the yield went down, what does that do to interest rates? It cuts interest rates for the banks. And the banks, all the bank stocks fell. And remember, bank stocks, the financials, they lead the market up, they lead the market down. So with more bad news, Mr. Yield today decides it's going lower, taking the dollar with it. And when the yield drops, so does the profits on banks, and the banks collapsed. And that's how the market went down. But wait a minute. I thought everything was fine. I thought everything was good. We keep getting that narrative it's good, but it's not. And that's why I use charts. Because I want to follow the money. I want to follow the money, just like I follow Mr. Yield and Mr. Market. So right now we're down 185 points as people are taking their profits who are short. So tomorrow's going to be the big day, because tomorrow, if there is a follow-through of sales, remember, this market has not had a correction of 1% for almost 100 days. Today, the S&P dropped from 237.47 down to a low today of about 233.81. So that's a 1.5% drop. That's the first time we ever had a 1.5% drop in one day for almost 100 days. So what's going on? Well, the confidence is eroding. The investors who drove the stock market up 14% are saying, wait a minute, I want to see something happen. I better see it within a couple of weeks. It didn't even take a couple of weeks. It took a couple of hours from the minute I said this was going to happen. From the minute I said, you heard the cut? It took a couple of hours. Because the problem with the health care bill is you have Ryan, who's putting the bill together, who has his eye on the Oval Office in 2021. And he's in the shadows, and he's joined the Republican establishment like McCain, who has, and the other Republicans who are stabbing Trump in the back. And they joined Democrats Schumer and Nancy Pelosi to defeat Trump, to defeat this bill, to make sure it doesn't get through. Ryan figures he could take down Trump. Are you nuts? That's why he put an $85 billion tax credit in this bill to lower the prices for those 50 to 64. That's the same thing they did in the Obamacare. That's not going to fly. And they also put in a bill where they're going to shift the poor and the disabled to the states. That's not going to fly. And if this doesn't fly soon, you'll see this market wipe out the whole 14% rally, and why you want to be with Phil's gang and on my charts.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil's subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Recognized as an Axiom Business Award winner, the highly acclaimed Walter's Way book, authored by legendary businessman Walter Scheer, is now available in digital and audio formats at the philsgang.com Bud Z store. Enjoy the stories of a relief kid who survived TB, corporate betrayal, bankruptcy, and still made millions and touched the lives of billions. Don't wait. Pick up the Walter's Way book in hardcover, digital, and in audio format at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. Now, wherever you put it, get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passionate desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
The Phil's Gang Stock Corner is brought to you by the MaxVest 1000 Stock Charts.
And welcome back to the game. Market's down about 200 points today after the president met with the Republicans and he didn't hear good information trying to get the health care bill through. And he warned them if it didn't pass that they'd be looking to lose the House in 2018. So he's really trying to put the press on. But the problem is he has the people stabbing him in the back from the Republicans, like Ryan, who's not his friend. Ryan has joined Pelosi and Schumer in trying to defeat this bill with other Republicans like McCain and a whole assortment of other bad guys. And they want to see this bill killed because they want to get rid of Trump and they feel they can get rid of him in his first term. Well, they underestimate Trump. It's not going to happen. But how do you make money in this market? Well, that's what we're doing. We're making money. If you recall, I told you, join my gang. And I said you would know the beautiful thing about joining the gang is not only do you save money when you're using exchange-traded funds rather than your 401k. My God, your 401k is 20 times more expensive. The expense ratio, 20 times that of an exchange-traded fund. The expense alone kills you. But the stock market right now, that 14% rally that we've had since election night, that was all because of Trump's plan. His plan was to, again, do these big tax cuts. Yes, he planned on cutting regulations, no question about that, infrastructure, but that was a very small part of that 14% rally. 75% of that rally was the tax cuts, because the tax cuts is a layup for the big corporations. They increase their profits by 10 to 15%. 10 to 15% without doing anything, just tax cuts. Can you imagine? That's why he should have done the tax cuts first. Instead, he's getting screwed with the health bill by his own party, by the establishment. So what are we going to do? Do what we've been doing. If you remember when I said, I want you, especially you folks who do not have time to do individual stocks. You think you do, but after you're in an individual stock for a while, you decide, I just don't have time for this. You know your 401k mutual fund's not going to work. First of all, it's a terrible product. It's the only product Americans buy and don't know the price of it, or the quality of it, or the danger of it. Think about that. You go buy an apple, you go buy an orange, you go buy a suit, you go buy a tennis racket. You know the product. You know what its price. You know the price. You know the quality of it, and you know the danger of it. When you buy an individual stock, you buy an individual stock or even a mutual fund, that is not what happens. A mutual fund, she probably wants me to bring some milk home, but I'm a professional. I can handle the interference. But the big problem is the mutual fund okay, is going to kill you. It's going to kill you. And here, a day like today, when the market starts dropping 200 points, we could have went down 500 points. But you're in your 401k mutual fund, you can't get out. They say, oh, you got to wait to the end of the day. How stupid is that? Got to wait to the end of the day? That's pretty stupid. Why would you ever put your money into something, a 401k mutual fund, that you don't know the price of it, you don't know the quality of it, you don't know the danger of it, and you can't get out during the day, and you're paying outrageous fees? What are you, nuts? So that's why they came up with the exchange traded fund. That's why I came up with a chart so that you know when to get out on a day like today. So let's take a look at UNG. UNG, I've been saying for weeks, would you please join the gang and follow me? My money is in UNG. I'm doing the investment myself, and you follow me. This is not a fund. I'm not asking you to invest with me. I'm opening up to you. Here, I bought UNG. Now you follow me on my chart, my MV2 chart, color-coded chart. Do you know that UNG is up now, since it's been green, about 12% since it's been green? Now, I got in a little later. I didn't get in right as it was green because I was looking for a confirmation. When it turns green, doesn't mean you just get in. There's also another little bar. That's what's nice about it. It's like a safety net for you. It tells you, okay, now it's like a backup. And when that backup hits, it confirms. So it turns green, and you wait for the confirmation. So I got the confirmation a little bit later, and we're up probably about half of that, about 5%. It's still today, when the stock market was collapsing 200 points, the stock was still going up. So why don't you join right now? Go to my site, philsgang.com, or call right now, 877-600-GANG, and why don't you follow me on UNG? You still got time to follow me on UNG. Now, another one that you're going to like, okay, is, and this is we're going to do just the opposite. This is the beautiful thing. It's XLI, an exchange-traded fund of all the top industrial stocks. All the top industrial stocks. The industrial stock, XLI, this is turned, after the stock, XLI has gone up about, I think it was about 8%, and then it turned red. And now it's down about, I think it, I'll get my producer, give me the number. It's down now about, it went down about $66 today to about $64.70. Now, the beautiful thing, so it's down 2%. And and tomorrow we should have the confirmation. Once we get the confirmation tomorrow, then I will go ahead and I will sell it short with my own money. You can follow me. And I'll tell you, okay, I just sold a basket of industrial stocks short. So as it goes down, we'll be making money. You just follow me. But here's the better one. The spiders. You can take what we call SDS. What's that? That's the inverse of the spiders. For those who don't like to short, who are scared of shorting, you buy SDS, and the same thing happens. As the stock market collapsed 200 points, this stock goes up, so you're making money on the way up as the market goes down. Why don't you join right now, 877-600-GANG, it's only $39.95, and follow me on these 3 exchange-traded funds. It's easy.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software, I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil'sGang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software, I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with Phil'sGang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, Phil'sGang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to Phil'sGang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil'sGang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. Phil'sGang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to Phil'sGang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With Phil'sGang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil'sGang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. Phil'sGang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With Phil'sGang.com, you learn how to invest in the market, you get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all Phil'sGang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to Phil'sGang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grandy and Phil'sGang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang right now, 877-600-GANG, and then follow me tomorrow. I'm going to do a video tonight, and I'm going to do a video on the SPDRs, the exchange-traded fund SPDRs, 500 of the best stocks. And as the market's down now another 204 points, as the market continues to go down, I personally will be buying what we call the SPDRs, or SDS. which means the inverse of the spiders. So I buy them. So as the SDS goes up, as that stock SDS goes up, I get credit for it going down. This is a wonderful stock for people who get scared. They get worried. They can't short. They get scared shorting. They get scared thinking, how do you sell a stock short? They get all wigged out. So what I've done is been able to put on my chart a stock. It's called a reversal stock, SDS. So all you got to do is join me and follow me. And as this market starts collapsing, you can make money on the way down. Just follow me. Okay, just follow me. And every night after the radio show, I do a video to tell you what I have done with that particular stock, and you just do the same thing, SDS. Do the same thing also. Looks like we got a great opportunity in the industrials, the basket of industrial stocks. The real top the best stocks, and the best industrial companies, stock companies in the world, okay, like 3M, GE, Honeywell, all in one basket. And this economy is hitting them hard, especially because China is having a problem. Now, you don't have to know nothing about China. You don't have to know anything about the fundamentals. You don't have to know anything about the companies. You don't have to know anything about anything. All you got to know is, hey, follow Phil. He's got his money in this. Okay, and the industrials, and as I go sell them short, you just follow what I do. Again, I'm not asking for your money. It's not a fund. And I do this also, as the biggest one is the spiders, as I say, and XLI, the industrials. And we have different exchange-traded funds in different groups. We have 11 groups in the stock market, and there's an exchange-traded fund for each group. But there's only a few groups I deal with, because you first of all, you can't do too many, you start getting confused. But I do the best ones. So check it out, try it for 30 days and see if it works for you. What a wonderful way to make money in the market where you don't have to call a broker, you don't have to call a player, you don't have to call nobody. Just go to my video every night, take 2 minutes, say, all right, what's Phil doing with this now? Oh, he's added some shares, I'm going to add some shares. Oh, he's getting out, he's getting out. See, here's what's the real problem, and nobody wants to talk about. Trump talked about it for a moment, about going back to, we got to get rid of this fractional money. We got to get back to the gold system. You got to get back to look at, we've lost 95% of the value of the dollar since I think since 1931, if I'm correct. 1913, thank you, had it backwards, 1913. You got to get back to gold. It used to be when you printed money, you had to have $1. If you printed $1, you needed to have $1 of gold. That way, they didn't go crazy in Congress overspending. The problem with Congress, ever since Nixon in the 60s, when people started to ask for their gold, they went up to the window and said, give me my gold. He started to close the gold window in 1971. He said, that's enough. Gold is the best thing to have because Congress wanted to spend money. They'd have to say, no, we can't spend it because we don't have enough gold to print the dollars we need. What a wonderful thing to keep them in budget. Isn't that wonderful? But ever since Nixon got rid of gold, he could go into wars. He could go into the Vietnam War. They could go war after war after war because you didn't have to pay for war. You just printed this stupid paper that's called money that's worth nothing. Like I said yesterday, think about how stupid this fractional system is. You go, and the Federal Reserve, which is not federal by any means, is a private banking cartel owned by a bunch of parasites who own the banks, own the 9 largest banks. So they tell J.P. Morgan, I want you to go now, and I want you to buy a $1,000 bond. Take 10% of that bond, or $900. And now you take the $900, we're going to turn it into $1,900. We're going to loan $1,900. I only have $900. Well, we're going to let you loan $1,900. Well, what is that? Air. Oh, you can charge interest on that air to the people. Wait, let me get this. I go buy a $1,000 bond. I take 10%, deposit 10% in my reserve. Now I can loan $1,900 with only $900. Yeah, isn't that stupid? And charge the people interest. And then you keep this process, you keep doing it until you created fractionally so much money, now got $10,000 instead of $900. Then you keep doing it, you got $1 million that started from $900. See how stupid this is? And you want to know why when you go to the grocery store and you got 3 bags Or you got one bag and you're paying $100 before you used to have 3 bags? Or this is what's going on. He's got to stop this. We got to get back to the gold standard. Carter signed the gold standard. He wanted to go back to the gold standard, but then he lost the race in 1980. And then Reagan took over, and unfortunately for Reagan, he had a bunch of people around him that didn't want to get rid of the fiat money system because they could start wars. And because why did they want to start wars? Because you have the same people that own this private bank called the Federal Reserve, which is no more federal than Federal Express, who own this bank, who make money on wars. Well, if you have to have $1 of gold for each dollar you print, and we can't go to war. I can maybe buy a water gun, but I want tanks and bombers and jets. I want all this, and so I can just keep ordering all this airplanes and tanks and armament, and I just give them this phony money. Just give them paper. And then when Congress runs out of money paying for the jets and that, then Congress just calls the Treasury, says, Treasury, call the Federal Reserve, have the Federal Reserve print me another $10 million to buy another jet. So they get the printing machine out, they print the $10 million, and then the Federal Reserve in return gets a note with an interest payment. A big deal, they never pay it. So this is what's destroying the country. So we got to change that. See, he's got to start working on that. It's unbelievable, isn't it? So here's what I want you to do. When this market starts correcting, I told you there'd be a full-fledged correction by summer. And I also said it could be earlier if he can't get these bills through. So be prepared. Join my gang right now and follow me with these individual exchange-traded funds and just do what I do. It's nice and safe. This way you know exactly what I'm doing and you just parrot what I do. Call right now, 877-600-GANG. Perfect day for it because the market just is now down 233 points. So why aren't you making money as the market goes down? Are you calling your broker now and asking, what should we do? What should we do? What should we do? First thing he's going to tell you, do nothing. He's going to try to get you in another stock. He doesn't want you out as the market's going down because he doesn't make money when you get out because he gets paid on the size of the fund. He doesn't want any members getting out of the fund because he gets paid on the size of the fund. He doesn't get paid on performance. And with those beautiful commissions they get, almost half of all the money you put in goes to them in commissions. You think they're going to let you out? Now it's down 227 points. You imagine being there, and let's say the market was down. You're in a 401k, and the market's down right now 521 points, which you could do very easily. And you got to wait, and you call your 401k guy, and he said, well, we got to wait till the end of the day. You say, at the end of the day, I'm already out $10,000. Well, I'm sorry, that's the rules. With me, we just say, why don't we do this? Not only do we get out, but we turn around and we're going to buy SDS, which is the stock market collapse. We keep making money. And just follow me. Do what I do. I think that's a lot easier, don't you? And I think you can sleep at night. And the reason you can sleep at night, because with my chart, it tells you not only when to get in, when to pull the trigger, but the most beautiful thing, when to get out. You know, there's another thing that Trump is not working on, which is very upsetting, is the TSA. This is the only agency. He's not cutting the regulations. He's increasing regulations. Why? Because Trump has never experienced the TSA. He always travels in luxury by a private jet. He's never experienced being groped by someone from the TSA. Talk more about that and more stocks when we get back. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Go to philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
I think infrastructure has Home Depot up 20% in a year. Spring break is upon us. It means fast food restaurants are going to surge. McDonald's up 20%. Vodafone is a way to play with. I think it's up 20% in a year. Gilead Science, they had a bad earnings report, but they got a great pipeline. I own it. I think it's up 20% in a year. Apple, I like the stock. I own it. I think it's up 20% in 2017.
20%. Everybody's 20%. Everything's up 20%. What are they going to say today? Now the market's down 239, almost 240 points. What are they going to say now? How do they know it's going to go up 20%? They don't know that. They tell you that to get you excited to buy. That's not what we do here. It's not what I do with my members, my gang. I even tell them, I don't promise you anything that you're going to get rich. I don't promise that. I promise you'll have a good night's sleep. I promise you that you'll be out of your stock in time after you're making money. That's the wonderful thing. Here's a great one. Johnson & Johnson. Think about Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson gave us a buy signal back on January 23rd. And the price of the stock was $113. It turned red 4 days ago after it went up to $129. So that's a 14% run in Johnson & Johnson, and nobody wanted Johnson & Johnson, because remember during the election, everybody said, oh, Johnson & Johnson's no good, and they're going to come after him, and Hillary Clinton, she wins. So we had a confirmation on Johnson & Johnson. It turned green, waited a couple of days, got our confirmation, and there you have it. What did you say, 12%? But the 14%. But that's not important. Anybody can make 14%. Anybody can. That's not hard. That's not hard. You can get a monkey and throw darts against the Wall Street Journal, and if everything is going up, you'll make 14% on everything. It's easy. But the skill is, how do you know when to stop being in the market? You think your brokers, your planners are going to tell you that or take profits? You think they're going to tell you to do that? Why would they tell you to take profits when that costs them money out of their pocket? Every time you take a profit, you call your broker or your planner or your money manager or the guy in a 401k who is managing. Every time he takes a profit, you're screwed. Every time he takes a profit, by the way, you get a tax bill when you're in a 401k. You get a tax bill. So it's easy to run the stock. It's how to get out. And when it turns red, you have no choice but to get out. But the beautiful thing is you then turn around and you flip it the other way. The market's down 241 points. Is anybody, I'll bet there's no one, I bet you are not short anything. I bet you're not short the overall market. But you're not short. And if you're in a 401k, you're losing money. You can't get out until the market's closed. Now, here's an interesting thing. Take the S&P 500, the exchange-traded fund. It's losing money, but we're making money. Why? Because we bought the inverse. It turned green. Look, it's up beautifully. It's up beautifully now. So this stock is turned. This thing is up now. Probably, I don't know. It's up maybe about. I'll give you the numbers here. It's 1302 to 1370, and we just started with this. And you have time to get in. Okay, you got 5%. So it's been green for 5% now. Been green for 5%. So why don't you join the gang right now and follow me as the stock market drops. I will have my own money in this SDS. As the market drops, the stock will go up. And every night after I do the radio show, I do a video on it and tell you what I'm doing. And you can copy me on that one. And you can copy me on the industrials. And you can follow me on the gold mining exchange traded fund, GDX. Okay, so and also you can do it the same thing with the banks. I want to again reach out to you and tell you I'm not going to make you rich, but you'll get a good night's sleep. And all I ask, if you're making money, please send money to St. Jude. Okay, let's talk about the TSA. I think one of the agencies that President Trump has overlooked, because he's never had an experience of being groped by the TSA agent. And and because he's always had a private plane. His experience has been of a private plane. He's never had the experience of being groped by a TSA agent, then get into a plane, which is reminiscent of a World War II Nazi cattle car on the way to Auschwitz. Trump's only experience is by air, jet. Now, the TSA was never about security. Get that out of your mind. It was all about theater, to instill fear in your hearts and in your mind, the travelers, so Congress could justify these lucrative contracts to build these scanners so their friends and their buddies can build these scanners and sell them to the TSA and make a fortune. Look at Chertoff, ahead of the Homeland Security. He got out of Homeland Security, he was ahead of it, and he sold $160 million worth of scanners that never worked. And he made a fortune back to the agency he worked for. It's terrible. It's terrible.
State of the Union, arguably one of the most secure events that this nation has. They don't bring in whole body imaging machines. They bring in dogs. And what frustrates me about the TSA is that we know, based on what was done at the Pentagon, when they stood up JIDO, Joint Improvised Explosive Device Defeat Organization, we put a general in charge of it. They spent $19 billion figuring out how to find these improvised explosive devices, and their conclusion was the single best way to find a bomb is through a dog, a bomb-sniffing dog. And this TSA continues to deny the opportunity to secure these airports to the most full extent that they can by purchasing these machines that we have questions about whether or not they even work.
These machines can't distinguish between a bomb and a machine gun or between a bologna sandwich and a machine gun. It's all about follow the money. It's all about making money. That's what the TSA about. See, the security and the economic prosperity of our country depends on an effective and efficient transportation system, does it not? Especially aviation, right? And that's why the aviation transportation system is a leading target for these idiot terrorists. Now, do you really think that Congress took TSA with a 95% failure rate to identify any kind of contraband? Think they took them serious and said, you're in charge? When their scanners doesn't know the difference between a bologna sandwich and a machine gun? You think they put them in, you think they took them serious? If Congress was serious about protecting our aviation transportation service, our economy, they would have assigned the job to professional law enforcement or to the military like all the other countries, not to a bunch of clowns wearing police costumes. The TSA is a 95% failure. So with a 95% failure rate, think about it. You'd think they'd get rid of them, but instead they increased their budget this year to $7.2 billion. What are you, nuts? And they're hiring 6,000 more people. Can you imagine the ad? The ad must read like this. The TSA is not looking for a few good men or women. To qualify, you must have an IQ of 75 or less. You got to be fat, unattractive, lazy, no self-esteem or self-respect. You must have been bullied around as a kid and bullied around as your entire life and have the desire to feel powerful. The TSA will provide to every agent an authentic-looking police costume that comes with a realistic-looking badge. Now, TSA offers fast advancement if you have a history of being a sexual predator or a sex offender. Oh, compensation is low, but benefits are great. We have a generous profit sharing and redistribution of wealth plan. At the end of each calendar year, all of our agents put together everything they stole out of your bag into a pile, and we redistribute it equally among all the TSA employees. Hurry up, sign up now while we have a job for you. Isn't that ridiculous? Terrible. Now, that's the one agency that he has now increased, the Trump administration increased regulations. The pat down, which is unbelievable. When they pat you down, when they grope you and pat you down, that tramples all over your dignity and your liberty, and they now have even made it worse. Look, join my gang, follow me with my charts on those three stocks, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG, or go to philsgang.com. Follow me on the spiders especially.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's